Jeff Phoebus, Sports Information Director here at Vennord Arena on the campus of Kelvin University, joined by Kelvin Jr. Maverick Backstrom of the Kelvin Division I hockey team. Very successful year, making it all the way to nationals. Maverick, just your thoughts on making it to nationals first and foremost. Congrats on that.
Thank you, appreciate it. It was super cool. It's my second time going there. This year, the guys we had such a great connection that it was perfect whenever we went there. Everything from the start of the season to right till the end of nationals was perfect. So there's no other way to put it besides that.
So let's talk about your role on the team. You're one of the scoring options, one of the top scoring options on this Kelvin team. You know, are you playing on the wing? You playing center? What line? Tell us a little bit about your role.
So I'm a center. Obviously, one of the centers. You have to be one of the last ones out of the zone with the defense. Just kind of a support in case our defense got to go in the corner. We just step out and we help out in front of the net, move people around. As for lines, our coach kind of really doesn't do lines. He likes whoever plays the hardest goes out and plays. So, that's about it pretty much.
So as a centerman, you've had some high-scoring options to pass the puck to.
Yes.
One of which is playing for the Canadian national team overseas in Romania, Jacob Sebinga. Were you able to watch that game? They're in the semifinals of the World University Games right now.
Yeah.
What's it like to play with Jacob and then watch him play at an international level right now?
Yeah, he's amazing. There's really no other way to put it. He can do like all of it at once. He's obviously, he can score a lot. He's one of our best players, our assistant captain as well. He's a great guy, and for being able to watch him overseas, it's natural for him. He doesn't need to change anything. It's just it happens like without anything thought or anything about it.
Another high scoring option. I want to say his name right, but freshman is Christoph Petrilla. There we go.
Yes.
So set a single season scoring record for the Knights out of Poland, and I really enjoyed watching him play this year. Mm-hmm. What kind of player is he? And when you're trying to feed the puck to him or work in and out with him, what does he do for you guys on the ice?
Kind of the same as Jacob. He's just, there's no other way to put it besides amazing. He's anytime the puck's on his stick, it's either in the back of the net or it's an assist to somebody. He's just, no other words to put it besides amazing. He's just great. Yeah. It's just a natural hockey player from day one that he's been amazing at it. So, yeah.
So what are you majoring in right now at Kelvin? And tell us a little bit about your journey here as well, because I know you came from Canada and English is not your first language.
No, it's not. No. So my first language is French. My major is health and physical education, K to 12. It's my experience at Kelvin's been amazing. I played all 4 years of junior hockey in Canada, so it was a little tough being out of high school for 4 years and coming right into college, at university now. It was scary, but everything at Kelvin made it feel like home. So it's a great facility, great everything, great program, great school. It's nice to be able to be here and get my degree from Kelvin.
So what's it like playing for Coach Petrusma, who also is coaching the World University Canadian national team right now at the World University Games?
It's great. He's a great coach. He knows so much about the game. He is just pretty much a great coach. He knows what he's doing, practices. He's always there. He's dedicated. He's there for every single one of the guys, even if it's like outside of hockey, outside of school, anything. He's kind of like a father to me. So it's nice. He's great, and even for moving on players, he moved on to Riley Robertson. He's been playing pro. He's a great resource for everything, for life, for school, for hockey, anything. He's like a father.
So you played at the Nationals in Boston this year, just outside, and you beat the Naval Academy in your first game, which had to be really exciting, and then played Adrian, who knocked you out in the second round, but you really gave Adrian a tough game in your conference tournament championship game, went right down to the wire. Just your thoughts on, how thrilling it was to get a win at the national level, and then, learning what it's going to take to try to get by a team like Adrian, both at the conference and national level.
Yeah, it was nice to play against Adrian in the second round again, and even in playoffs, we can obviously compete with them. It's just a matter of flicking the switch, or actually just staying ready the entire time. To play and get our first win at nationals, it was amazing. It was nice to be able to celebrate it with all the guys. No, it's nice, and to know that we're at that level where we need to be able to win a national championship is just, it's right there, and it's great. Yeah.
And I should also mention your D3 team made it to the national tournament, which was at the same spot where you guys were, and everybody kind of drove out there together or journeyed out there. So what was it like having two teams make it to the nationals?
It was pretty sweet. It was very nice to have like the support that we had there. Obviously, being in Boston, so far away from Calvin, we had a lot of alumni that were there as well, and some parents did end up making it out, so that was nice. But being able to just hear and having that support from just another program. Not even a program, but we're a program wide, so nice to be able to have another Calvin team there cheering us on whenever we're scoring or even battling it out, or if it's a big hit or something. It was nice, and I think both teams did a really good job on supporting. Whenever we were playing, D3 was there watching us. When they were playing, we were there supporting them. It was a great experience to have both teams there.
So the Stanley Cup playoffs start this week. Any thoughts on who you think are the favorites, and also who you'll be rooting for?
Well, it's a shame that my Pittsburgh Penguins didn't make it. They got knocked out right at the end there. But I'm a big Oilers fan, so I'm rooting for them. Hopefully they can do what they did last year, but keep going. So I'm hoping the Oilers win, but I don't know. We'll have to see. It's hard to see at the professional level like that. Anything can happen.
Well, you get some pretty fast skaters on that west side of the Stanley Cup playoffs when you've got the guys for the Avalanche. You got Connor McDavid, who you're kind of referring to with Edmonton. I mean, those are some top shelf players, wouldn't you say?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, McDavid is he's a total different type of player. He's it's insane watching him. I wish I could be like him, but it's obviously he's like 8 levels above anybody out there. It's just setting records, like 150 points in one season. That's just it's crazy.
And a goalie can always steal a series too, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, they can for sure.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Should be exciting to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's going to be exciting to watch you guys play next year again. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Thank you.
All right, that's Maverick Backstrom here, folks. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
it's great.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. This is good. So it's like on mute and. All right, Jeff Phoebus back here at Nord Arena at the Kelvin C Club Awards, and I am joined by Kelvin's new head acrobatics and tumbling coach, Ellen Barker. Ellen, great to have you here on campus, and great to have you here at the C Club Awards.
I'm so excited. This is my first C Club Awards. First time. Next time we'll have athletes, but it's going to be so much fun. I'm super excited to see what it's all about.
Sure. Well, let's talk a little bit about your background and how you got into acrobatics and tumbling. I know that you started out doing, I think, competitive cheer for a while, and then went to Azusa Pacific where you got into the sport and ultimately has turned into a coaching career. So tell us about that.
So I was actually a gymnast for 13 years. I competed for 11. And then when I got into high school, there wasn't really an option for me because the options in gymnastics are you either become an Olympian or like you go to the Olympic track and it's a full-time job and you either kind of quit school almost. But I wanted to hang out with my friends. I wanted to have a prom. I wanted to kind of have that kind of high school experience, and I didn't feel like going to the Olympics, and it probably wasn't in the cards for me anyway. Long story short, the only other option was competitive cheer until acrobatics and tumbling came along. The way I actually found out about it was on YouTube. My mom showed me a video and said, I think this would be really cool for you. And I said, yes, I absolutely want to do that. I found the 5 schools that were available at the time in 2011. Ultimately, they were too far away from me. I did college competitive cheer first, and then I said, I am ready to go. Let's do this. And I went off to Azusa, competed for 3 years, and now I'm at Calvin University, and I am so excited to get started.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about acrobatics and tumbling, because a lot of folks out there are saying, all right, explain the sport. And, one thing that I've told them that you told us is that it's not one type of athlete fits all. You need different types of athletes, similar to what you might find on a football or a basketball or a hockey or any type of team sport. You need different roles and different people, so it's available to a lot of different people. So just tell us a bit.
That's exactly right. It really is it turns out to be a jigsaw puzzle, and I need all the different pieces to work. So I need my gymnasts who have great tumbling background, and I need my cheerleaders who have great stunting abilities, and who the gymnasts have never lifted a person above their head in their life before, and I need people with experience. I've taken dancers who have really good rhythm and know how to count for a team event. I need everybody to make it work, and that's the thing that's so exciting about the sport. It gives a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds a ton of opportunity.
And everything's on the mat. You're not using, the bars or, the beam or anything like that, right?
Right. So the way I call it is we have different events, not different apparatuses. So that's the main difference between like a typical gymnastics.
Yep. So you're out on the recruiting trail right now. Tell us about how that's going.
So my time at Calvin University has been a very little time at Calvin University, which is great. That's my job right now, and I enjoy it. I love getting to know new people, and I'm actually out almost all this month, which is a lot of fun. I was just at the Excel State Meet for gymnastics. Next weekend at the DeVos Center is level 8 and 7 gymnastics. And so I'm all over the place, all around the country, and it's going to be a blast.
Now, you're not new to the coaching realm. You had been at Adrian College for a handful of years. So what drew you to Calvin? What were some of the things that, when you saw the position that was open, that appealed to you?
I mean, this place just has so much to offer student athletes, and I think that was a really big draw for me. I want to be the best acrobatics and tumbling coach I can possibly be. I want to represent this state, this university, and this sport across the country. I think Calvin University has the resources, the facilities, the support for me to do my best job, and therefore give my athletes the best opportunity.
Sure. Well, it's your first Calvin C Club Award, so we were just talking that it's got the movie theme, which is tailor-made for you because you like your movies, so.
There's popcorn and movie theater snacks here. No one told me, and I'm so excited. So, oh my gosh, this is the best, and I'm so excited.
It'll be good.
Absolutely.
Well, we are excited to watch you guys put that program together, and we're looking forward to some of your first competitions down the road.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. That's Ellen Barker, our new Calvin acrobatics and tumbling coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff Debus back here at the Calvin C Club Awards on the floor of Vennord Arena, and we are joined by Calvin's new cross-country coach and also our distance coach in track and field, Nicole Kramer. She is not a stranger to Calvin, was a Calvin distance runner in cross-country track and field from around 2005-ish up till about 2010, 2006 to 2010. Just talk a little bit about your journey coming back to Calvin and your excitement that comes with it.
Sure, yeah. Well, this is honestly a dream come true to be back at my alma mater. Like a lot of coaches, I think it's kind of their dream to be back at, their old stomping ground where it all began and where, my coaching dreams started, and just to be able to give back to the program that gave me so much each season. And yeah, with my teammates, with my coaches, it's been really a fun journey. And kind of is all become full circle. So it's really fun to be a part of and just getting going with everything.
Your first year, first season, I should say, was this fall, and your men's team winning the league title in thrilling fashion up at Alma there. It's one of the events that's going to be highlighted tonight as event of the year. And your women had a really strong season, took second in the league, made a push for the conference championship, but then did well enough at regionals along with the men, and both teams went to the national meet and did well there. Just your thoughts on that first cross-country season this fall. How did things go as you were, getting adjusted to them and vice versa, and still having a fair amount of success?
Sure, thanks. Yeah, this fall was just really smooth overall, surprisingly, for it being, a year of huge transition with our cross-country program, track program. We just had so much fun, and we just really tried to take it one day at a time, one meet at a time. It just seemed like our athletes were ready to, get back to business and just run hard and run together. Our MIAA meet was really exciting. A little more of a stressful meet than we wanted, I think, but for our men to pull off the victory for 35 straight was really important to the guys, obviously to the whole program and athletic department too, to keep that streak going. They battled it out. We rested one of our top guys that week, so that could have been part of the reason why it ended up being as close as it was. Hopefully it's not quite that close in the future. And then on the women's side, we ran well. They don't like getting second, no doubt about that. They're very competitive, but they were able to step up when it mattered in championship season and just give us a really good start. So.
Well, you ran under Brian Deemer, and he's still around in the area. I've seen him at the meets. Do you ever pick his brain or any of his former coaching staff to just ask for tips and that type of thing?
Yeah, well, two of his assistants are still on, well, actually four of our assistants are still on staff with me. Liz Westhouse, and then Kristen Visser, and then Rick Oddie and Mackenzie Plymert, who is Coach Deemer's daughter. Rick and Mackenzie are with me in track as well. So between the four of them, and then obviously running into Deemer and calling him up, texting him, we're definitely staying in good touch. He's been super supportive this whole way. Even came down with his wife to indoor nationals in Birmingham, which was really awesome to see their support. So it's been a really smooth transition, like I said, and just feeling all kinds of support.
Well, he ran steeplechase. That was his specialty, but you've run some steeplechase too, and I've seen some nice steeplechase times from your distance runners this spring. Let's talk a little bit about the transition to coaching your distance kids in track, both indoor and now outdoor. They're doing some good things out there, aren't they?
Thanks. Yeah, they've been working really hard this whole year. I think we're all excited to wrap up the year, hopefully on our highest note yet. The steeplechasers in particular have been really fun to work with. We've had a really good-sized group, too. On the women's side, we're going to have at least 6 ladies, a couple of them doing it for the first time ever, and then at least 4 guys, maybe 5 guys as well. So Nick and Eric are really our veterans there, as well as Jenna Allman, who was there last year at the national championships. So we're excited to see how these next few weeks shake up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're really excited to have you back here at Kelvin, and exciting to watch your team so far. Looking forward to watching more in the future. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Excited for tonight.
Okay, that's Nicole Kramer, Kelvin Cross Country and track and field distance coach, stopping by here. Jeff Phoebus, Sports Information Director at Calvin, back here at the Calvin C Club Awards in the campus of Calvin on the floor of Vennord Arena. And we are joined by Calvin first-year head track and field coach, Adam Halderson. And Coach, pleasure to have you not only here tonight, but as our track and field coach. What's the first year been like for you so far?
Chaos on chaos on
Yeah.
chaos. Blessed to be here and very thankful for the opportunity, and it's fun to be a part of this community. But there's a lot of uphill left. We're still working.
Absolutely. Well, you ended up, speaking of work, you traveled all the way from Oregon, where you had been at George Fox, your alma mater, as the associate head coach, all the way here to the Midwest, and got married in the middle of all of that. Now your wife is here. Just talk a little bit about that decision to come from the West Coast to the Midwest.
Yeah, well, Calvin, in the lore of track and field cross country, has always been a preeminent name.
Yeah.
And Rachel and I, my wife, we were trying to kind of figure out what the next steps in life were going to be for us. And this just kind of was a great opportunity for a season of change to take on a new challenge and come into a new community. And so we've really embraced it. And, Midwest winters, a little bit different than West Coast winters, but it's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, your first competition was during the indoor season, and you had some nice performances. I know you'd like to move up a little more in the standings, but what were some of the things in your mind that stood out as far as people stepping up during that indoor campaign?
Yeah. Well, yeah, as you said, we had a lot of really good performances. I think the biggest shift in the program was actually just the team community overall. Yep. And so, when things are going well, it's easy to be tight-knit, and when you're really focused on that community bit, like, things really come together. And so I think there was a few people that really stood out as like taking on the role of being a servant leader and really driving the culture of the program, which in the first year, that was really going to be the big fight, was really trying to write the culture of the program. Yep. And everybody has been so receptive to it. And, kudos to the kids that have really stepped up and helped embrace that.
Well, you have some spunky twins on your women's team that come from the West Coast, Maya and Caitlin DeYoung, and I enjoyed talking to them. I know their parents quite well. Their mother was a hurdler, and father was a very good athlete, played basketball and soccer here. Talk a little bit about them and what they bring. They can do a multitude of events for you. They can jump, they can hurdle, sprint, relays.
Yeah, as far as athletics go, they're very versatile. I had the opportunity to meet their parents this last week, and their mom is exactly the same person. So they all got a lot of big personality, big attitudes, and I love it. So, Mia's killing it in the hurdles, running the 100 and the 400 hurdles, like just really stepping forward in that in a big way. And Caitlin, she's a good hurdler as well, but really she steps into her own in the triple. And I mean, she was a conference champion in her freshman year in the triple jump in indoors. So it's a great outing. And just this last week, she long jumped for the first time in her life and is now sitting number 4 in the conference.
Yeah.
So,
well, they've done well there, but one of the other areas where I've seen some really good things is the throws. You had John White and the javelin. He's doing well. You've got some guys in the shot and the hammer, Maisel Martinez-Vasquez and Isaac Yonker and others. And on the women's side, we can talk about freshman Rianne Rohrer, who is up for Newcomer of the Year here tonight at the C Club Awards. But it's not just Rianne. I mean, Karen Beckett is doing well. You've got some javelin throwers. That's a nice group of kids, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, as far as, like, a group having it figured out, like, they are tight-knit. Like, they embody what it means to be Calvin track and field. So, like, they're last people out of the weight room every day. They go and have dinner every night together in the dining hall, and they're just working. So the performances on the field are a direct consequence of all that effort they've been putting in, and so it's been awesome to get to see that growth. And then, it's like almost every single person in that group is ranked in the top 8 somewhere in the conference or ranked nationally, and it's kind of exciting to see it all coming together for them.
Yeah, it's that culture building thing, isn't it? The distances you're having, I was just talking to Nicole, you've had some real nice performances on the distance side so far. Yeah. That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Oh, they're fast. I wish I was that fast when I was an athlete, but no, they're dialed right now. They're dialed. So when you see some performances like Brandon Nepper at WashU, I mean, he ran the fastest time since 2013 in the conference. So it's like we're having to dig way back into the record books to see anybody on that level in the whole conference, not just Calvin. Yeah. So that was just a stud performance right there. Same day, a few minutes before that, Sienna Ruder Diaz did the same thing on the 10K. She just crushed it, ran the race of her life. She fought all the way from gun to finish line, and it was incredible. And you see Thane, Nick Hens, Jenna Allman, no shortage of other people that are just really taking care of business. And we still got a couple wild cards up our sleeve that haven't hit the track just yet. So we got some fun stuff brewing.
So the rest of this season, you're probably building toward the conference meet, which I believe is going to be at Olivet in about 2.5-3 weeks or so. So just talk a little bit about the progression there, and then you're going to have a handful of kids that are going to try to get to that national meet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you said, conference 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks at Olivet, Thursday, Friday, the 4th and 5th of May. This weekend coming up is a great opportunity to stay local, so we'll be at Grand Valley State for a meet, and it'll be nice to only have to drive 30 minutes. Next weekend, same thing. We're at Davenport, so it's staying close, kind of just a tune-up as we get prepped for conference. So we're going in with some big expectations, that's for sure. As we transition past conference, though, nationals it's an open thing right now. We got 3 kids that you'd have to say like they're in, and then we got about 5 more, 8 more that really have a shot at making it. So we're just trying to punch some more tickets.
Yeah. Well, and then the final piece too, I'm sure, is always recruiting for new kids for the future years. And I know you're out and about in my neck of the woods this past weekend recruiting at a local high school meet. Just talk a little bit about mining the West Michigan area and then going even beyond into different pockets of the country.
Yeah, I've been super impressed with the strength of the Calvin name and brand, and not just in West Michigan. So I'm doing a lot of similar things right now, recruiting-wise, that I was doing when I was on the West Coast, and like the yield rates and the return rates on initial contacts and stuff is just way higher. So it really speaks to the strength of the Calvin name and what it means. So it's been a lot of fun to get to, learn the new landscape and learn what the meet series are out here and get to know some high school coaches and really start to get some pipelines going.
Yeah. So. Well, we're looking forward to what the future has in store for your program, and certainly looking forward to the rest of this season here.
Yeah. Well,
thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, no, thanks for having
me.
All
right, that's Coach Adam Halderson, head coach of the Calvin men's and women's track and field program.
We are about 20 minutes away from letting you in the
Thanks.
venue. Make sure your team gets a team picture, and we'll have another announcement here in about 15 minutes for you to get seated. Thanks everyone for showing up.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to grab somebody, Mike was trying to find some people. All right, Jeff Vivas back here on the floor of Venord Arena. I'm joined by Calvin Head men's basketball coach Bill Saul and his junior captain Marcus Bolt. And just talk a little bit about what it's like to be here at C Club Awards. And this is the first time that you've had it here in Venord Arena. I think last year was the first time we kind of rebooted it after COVID. So kind of an exciting night, isn't it, from a student-athlete standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I think from my perspective, it's really nice to be back in Venord. It's even before, you kind of, everybody walks on the red carpet, but it's a nice place to congregate and be able to actually see everybody. So, and what an amazing amount of student athletes here, right? I mean, it just speaks volumes of how impactful Calvin Athletics is here at Calvin University.
I mean, I just think it's really cool to have every team in the same place. There's like very few times that ever happens, and it's cool to just see all the people from other teams where you watch their games, they watch yours. It's cool that we can recognize each other in one event, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we had a lot of fun here in Venord Arena and throughout the basketball season, winning the league championship and winning 20-plus games. Going in, I mean, it was a really young group of guys going along with a handful of veterans. So, Coach, maybe you can first talk a little bit about how the blend worked together. I know you had mentioned to me that the young guys worked real hard, just had to learn a little bit, and then you needed guys that were the veterans to start, leading as well. How did it all come together this year?
Oh, absolutely. Losing 80% of your scoring, and I think almost 80% of your minutes, we knew it was going to be a challenge. Credit, I think, to Marcus and Uchenna for really doing a nice job of leading the team. We had a really good group of guys coming in. I think that's the one thing that was really refreshing from the start is, we practiced incredibly hard, really competitive. It was a team, I think, that really, got along on the floor, but really got along really well in the locker room, and really had a great sense of how to really play for each other. And I think that's the one thing for us is, we started out well, but man, we really saw some really great improvement over the course of the season went along. So, there was a lot of exciting games. It was great here to be back in Venord and see fans really back. I mean, this is really my first year, I think, in the 4 years I've been here, where our support really increased a bunch. I think I looked at it. We increased fan attendance by almost 10,000. So that was really cool to see as well. So a good brand of basketball, but really a community that supported us as well.
So Marcus, playing with all the young guys, what was that like to help shepherd them along and yet also see their growth at the same time?
Yeah, I was just really impressed with a lot of the maturity. I mean, as a freshman, I know I came in, I could not have done what a lot of these guys did. They stepped up, played a lot of minutes, and were crucial parts to our team. So we needed it too. So big props to all the freshmen and sophomores for stepping up and playing big time so that we could get a lot more wins because they were huge this year. So
I'm going to keep it here with you first for this question. Coach was talking about Venord Arena, but one game that you played on campus that was not in Venord Arena that's up for Game of the Year was a win over, I think they were the number 3 ranked team, 3 or 4, Wisconsin Oshkosh Titans, and you played in the old, now it's called Hogaboom, but the old Calvin Fieldhouse, and beat them 59-56. You didn't have Uchenna Ekageze. He was out with an injury that night. What do you remember about that game, and what were the keys? And then you had the fans swarming the floor afterward. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. That game was a lot of fun just because in that gym now it's so compact. It was just so loud. I think maybe there weren't that many people there, but the volume, the energy was just so loud. And I think they kind of came in and their whole mentality was it would be a relatively easy win for them. And it was just, we didn't really have much expectation at all. So it was a whole lot of fun to just, beat them at our place, have the fans storm the court. Jalen played really well that game, so that was a lot of fun. Good energy for that.
Coach, kind of a throwback. You have a lot of great memories yourself of playing in that facility. It's a little different now, the way it's set up, but it's still the old Calvin Fieldhouse, isn't it?
It's still the old Calvin Fieldhouse. I think some of the ghosts of Calvin Pass were in there to help us out a little bit. But yeah, that was one of those games going in as a coaching staff. Like, hey, let's try to keep it close and see what we can do at the end. But, realistically, it was also one of those where we knew we had to play incredibly well to have a chance. And, Marcus mentioned, Jalen played great in that game. I thought Marcus did a great job of leading. We just had, a lot of guys that stepped up big on that stage. And I think it really propelled us there, right, to say, hey, we have a chance to play with anybody. And that held true really for the course of the season.
So, Marcus, next year you're going to be a senior, and you win the 22 games, win the regular season. What are the goals for next year in your mind as you look forward to next season?
I think we got a lot of big pieces coming back and a couple maybe transfers or new recruits. So I think expectations will be a lot higher than especially last year, just seeing that we have the pieces to have a successful season. And I mean, I would love to see us repeat as regular season conference champs, and then for sure to make a tournament run next year.
Coach, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I really think we've got a nucleus of a team that if we commit to working hard this summer and doing some things, we would really, our goals are always simple, right? I mean, beat Hope, which we have to do a little better job of this year. Winning the conference and getting to the NCAA tournament. I think this is a type of team that, if we can really find our niche, in that February, March time, and we're playing really good basketball, we can literally compete with anybody in the country.
Sounds good. Well, we're looking forward to next year. Thanks for stopping by, guys.
Hey,
all right, thank you.
Thank
you.
Jeff Debus back here at Vernord Arena, and I'm joined by Noah Holstag and Jake Harris of the Kelvin MIAA champion men's swim team and top 10 in the country Kelvin men's swim team. First of all, congrats on the great team accomplishments. Just your thoughts, first of all, on doing things as a team, winning the league after, losing it by just a few points the year before, and then getting into the top 10 this year at Nationals. Your thoughts? We'll start with you, Jake.
Yeah, it was great to come back. After last year, we really bonded together as a team this year and focused on how to race fast together and how to have fun while racing fast. So it was great to have that experience and come back and do a lot of good things this year.
Noah.
Yeah, like Jake said, it was a fantastic year for us. It was a really team-centric year for us. We really bonded over this year. We really focused on what makes the team fast, and that is having a strong team bond. So it was a spectacular year, and I don't think we'll forget it anytime soon.
So Noah, we'll keep it with you. Speaking of fast, you're the fastest man in the pool at that national meet all year, actually, in the 50 freestyle. Set a school record, fastest time in the country this year in the 50 free. So take us through that race, what it's like, because there's not a lot of margin for error. You got to have a good start. Your strokes all got to be down. You've got to hit your flip turn, good finish. Just tell us about it.
So I swam it twice at Nationals, the prelims and final swim. I remember I swam my prelim swim. I didn't hit a good turn. I went to Dan afterwards. I'm like, oh, man, I don't know. It just wasn't a good swim. He's like, yeah, I saw you hit the wall in that first 25. And he's like, I said, oh, no, because he was so worried about where I was going to place. I made it to A finals, thankfully, seeded second. And that night, nailed my turn. Everything went perfectly. And it was just a phenomenal race. I couldn't have asked for a better way to end my 50 sprinting career, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So, Jake, we'll turn it back to you. You're an All-American in the 100 freestyle along with Noah. You guys go 4-7. So what was it like to, A, have your best finish at the national meet in that race and then have a teammate in the finals with you? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would say we were both pretty nervous for that swim that day. And no matter what, we just wanted to do it together and both get an A final. So when we both got in there, it was just such a relief and so many smiles and laughs going into finals. And then just at finals, we were just doing it together and trying to end as strong as we could. So for both of us, it didn't really matter where we placed. We were just having fun racing right next to each other, and it was a great night.
We'll keep it with you, Jake, and then we'll move it over to Noah again. All of those relays, I mean, you scored in all of the relays at the national meet, and you guys played a big role in that. What does it take to do well as a relay, and do it well at the national level? Besides having fast swimmers.
I would say it starts from the beginning of the season. We had it in mind from the beginning of the season that we wanted to swim, especially our 200 and 400 freestyle relays fast, and we practiced with that group over and over, and that really helped. But then we also had surprises like the 200 medley where we did not think we were going to place that high, and all of a sudden we were 4th, and we were ecstatic about that. So it was great to be able to place in all those.
So Noah here, you're the last of the Mohicans, as they like to say, the last of the Holstegs.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about coming back for that 5th year, your decision to do so, and just being one of those many Holsteg brothers that have been a part of this Calvin swimming and diving program.
When it came down to it, I was mulling over my 5th year as a big choice. I had a bit of a bummer senior year, so I was trying to decide if I wanted to come back for a glorious return, or maybe I wouldn't do as well for a 2nd year in a row. But I was talking with Ben and Sam, 2 of my brothers who swam, that I got to swim with at Calvin, and they both told me that if I did not swim, they were going to go and swim for me. So it just kind of reminded me that I don't have very much time to be a collegiate athlete, and an extra year is a blessing. So I took full advantage of that, and I'm really glad I did.
Absolutely. So. Well, we're glad you did too. So, well, congrats to both of you on a great season, and wish you guys all the best moving forward. All right. Very
awesome.
Good. Okay, Jeff Bibas back here, and I am joined by Calvin head football coach Trent Fig. We've done a number of interviews together now. It's kind of fun to always do them. Coach, just your thoughts on your first 2.5 months here at Calvin University. It's been a whirlwind, hasn't it?
It's been a whirlwind. It's been fast. I'll say this. It's gone really well. We've got this first class of guys is really coming together well. We've got some really quality players coming in. We've got some really quality players right here on campus that are going to play for us. So it's been really good.
Yeah, one thing that you and I were talking about the other day is it looks like you're going to have the numbers to have full practices next fall. That's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, we will. August 17th, we'll report, and we'll have a full fall camp. We're going to be at least 2 deep on both sides of the ball. As of tonight, we're right at 49 guys. I think we'll be around 55 for fall camp, and it's going to be good. We're going to be able to practice and be good.
Well, maybe we can kind of unofficially unveil the schedule for 2024. I think if I remember off the top of my head, the opening game is against Oberlin. I think that's September 7th or 8th?
September 7th,
September
against
7th.
Oberlin, right here.
Yeah, and then there's a game against Anderson and I think against Concordia of Wisconsin for the other non-conference.
Yep,
is that
that's what, I don't know if Anderson is completely set in stone yet, but I know that the other 2 are, and I believe Anderson's set in stone as well. So those will be our first 3 before we jump into conference play.
And then the conference will be your remaining 7 games. And of course, the end of the year is a doozy. You get Hope on November 9, and then the following week Albion in the regular season.
For sure. That'll be obviously a huge test, especially of our depth. We're going to be young, but I'll tell you what, I'm excited. I can't wait to get going. I cannot wait.
Well, and the one thing that I like to see, we can't get into any names, but you're getting these commitments. I like the fact that you're getting guys in the trenches, linemen. I mean, that's where it starts, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've got a couple defensive linemen, again, we can't say names, over the last couple of days that I think are going to be game changers for us. I really like over the last 3 weeks where we've gone with the offensive and defensive line. Feel really, really good about that.
The other question I wanted to ask you, you've been real active, you and your staff, of supporting all the other Calvin athletics teams, and we get to see them all here tonight.
Yep.
What's that been, just to see the Knights in action in other sports, and just your viewpoint on that coming in from the outside?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's so important to support other teams. We're each other's family, and it's so important that we're all on the same team. And when one of our teams wins, man, we all win. We're all Knights. We're all in this thing together, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of family, your family is now here in West Michigan, came in from Oregon.
Yeah.
So you guys are settled, right? Got a house and the 3 boys and wife and all that?
We're settled. They're rolling. My 5-year-old broke his arm this weekend. So
oh, boy.
We're good. Got his first little soccer game and had our first injury, so it's all good.
Well, and then quickly, the rest of your coaching staff, you kind of filled them out there too.
Yeah.
Probably had a few other part-timers, I would guess, but you seem to be pretty excited about your staff, right?
Yeah, I feel really good. The core of our staff is here. They are great men. The most important thing is that they're great men, they're great teachers, and they're really good football coaches. So I've been very pleased with our staff up to this point. That part of it's gone really well.
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to Kelvin football,
Absolutely.
and thanks for stopping by
Appreciate
tonight,
you.
Coach.
Go Knights.
All right.
Yep.
Go Knights. That was head coach Trent Fig, Kelvin football, and we are just about ready to start the Kelvin C Club Awards 2023.
why am I continually getting these complaints from rooks that his nets and ropes are being cut? And I'm getting campus safety calling me about unauthorized access from student athletes. What is going on here? What are we doing?
Man, this first class of Calvin football is really exciting. We've been working really hard to identify the right guys to be a part of this first class. And August 17th is going to be here before we know it. They'll be on campus. So we've been working hard through the recruiting process, and now we're starting to transition to some remote calls. And they've been great. We've been working with our guys, teaching them a ton. This is a football. First ever football Calvin has ever owned. Today we're working the up down. I'm going to demonstrate for you. So here's what it's going to look like. I'm going to say feet chopping. When I say feet chopping, feet are chopping. Then you're going to hear a whistle. On the whistle, hit the ground. Here's what it looks like. Feet chopping. Ha!
I'm not going to sing that. It's one of my favorite songs. But welcome to C Club 2023. I really appreciate the work that everyone has put into this evening. Shout out to Game Day. They've been working really hard on the videos. All the staff trying to put on a really great show for you tonight. This is a chance for us to get together and not be taking an NCAA rules test or sexual assault prevention training or all the stuff that we do formally, right? Here we're just going to have a little bit of fun, laugh at each other a little bit, and really kind of honor and recognize our seniors, honor and recognize some exceptional performances. For sure, we're going to forget some of those. And I don't want anybody offended, like, hey, I had a really good game and they didn't put it on a video or that kind of stuff. So with that kind of attitude, I think we'll have a good time tonight. I do have to say this, you guys look great. It is really good to see you all dressed up. You still ravaged the food pretty good. Popcorn everywhere, but that's good. And feel free if you want more to grab some water and that kind of stuff as the show goes on. So we're going to start out just a little bit of kind of a review. I want you to remember that last year we switched the C Clubs to include last spring. So I know that we have some exceptional performances going on this spring. We'll honor those next year. So remember, the year goes from the end of winter, and then that's when we kind of produce the show from there. So we'll honor spring sports, but they're from the spring sports of last year, and I think we made that adjustment. But there's some great competitions, and we had so many great competitions that we didn't put that as a category this year, but I wanted to just highlight a few that really stuck out to me, and I had our staff look up some pictures and some results from that. So I'm going to kind of walk through those a little bit. From last spring, I'm thinking about the women's softball team, an extra inning win, I think, against Kalamazoo. You could cheer, right? That was a really good one. Men's tennis in a battle with Adrian last year. It was a big one. You know. How about in the fall, our women's triathlon won their first competition in the Reeds Lake competition in September. One that made me real nervous, but a 1-0 win over Hope. Chris with a huge goal, if you remember that from the fall. How about women's volleyball? With Heidi Wester out, they had to beat Albion, a nationally ranked team, to win the regular season, and that was a great win against a nationally ranked Albion team. Men's cross country, if you have a chance, I don't know where the video is, but we had 5 guys outkick their Hope competitor to keep the 38-year streak, or 35, streak going. That was an amazing competition. Men's basketball, playing in the old gym, going old school to beat Wisconsin Oshkosh, number 3 ranked team at the time. It was a great victory. Women's basketball, over against Whitewater on the road, and won against the number 4 team in the country over there. Great victory there. These are just, again, so many of them, but just point them out. MIAA swim meet that we hosted, and then, of course, the NCAA swim meet where swimming just absolutely just knocked out of the park there. So good job swimming. There's so many that come to mind. It's the pleasure that I have to watch all these things, and it's the best part of my job. And I can always think of already some this spring that have been outstanding. How about that 17-16 win by baseball the other day? That was a good win. All right. Yeah, crazy, right? Give those guys a 14-1 lead at home. They'll win that every time. 15-1 lead. Okay, sorry about that. But at this time, I want to just inform you before we go through the show. There'll be the first part of the show. It'll kind of be a rhythm, right? So we'll do some awards. Those awards, we're not going to pick a winner. We're going to honor 4 or 5 different groups. If a team wins an award here early in the show, don't send your whole team up here, maybe 4 or 5 of them, maybe your seniors to accept the award. And we would really appreciate that. And then later in the year, or later in the show, we'll have some kind of awards where we'll have nominees and then a winner. And then we'll go from there. So at this time, we usually thank the Jodys and the Natalies and the Joes and the Sams and the Jess and the Henrys, all those people who work really, really hard, your coaches. We're going to do that to try to keep the evening moving by having them be presenters. So when you see those support staff and those coaches come out, we want to give them a big round of applause, okay? So make sure we do that. We're not going to do that at the beginning of the show. So every year that we've done this, I usually have something. I try to have a little bit of humor. It's tougher and tougher as I get older and older. But one of the things that we had our coaches do is he said, hey, and the SAC really helped with this too, is like, hey, why don't we quiz these people? And we start out with a Kahoot and that kind of stuff. But instead, we decided to have you guys see if you can do some guessing games. So we're going to start that right now. So why don't we just throw up the first picture, and you'll get the rhythm of this. Let's try that again. Let's see if. Try the next one. Look at that, Coach Hogan. Try the next one. You're trying the next one. It doesn't work. She wanted me to note that is how you bunt the ball. We're having a little trouble. Technical difficulties. That's all you. Let's see if they have. See if they can get some other ones up there. Whoa. Look at that chest hair. There we go. Is that it there, Case? All right. Oh, there we go. Don't mess with Coach O. I think that's it. There we go. All right. Thanks to Josh Moyer, and he put this video together. I hope you enjoy some of the sights and sounds, and we'll get on with the show.
What we are going to do today. Yes, sir. gonna get knocked down. And we're gonna get up every time. Again and again and again. And no more. This is real. This is brotherhood. This is Calvin McCall.
Floor seats for the Knicks. Couple models blowing hits. They don't even wanna pick. I done made a couple hits. Going hammer with the pick. God handed me the gift. Not the slammer for a brick. Rolly ain't got a tick. I attract a lot of chicks. Getting caught up in the mix. Hollywood, same chicks. Didn't know that I be doing this. Went to school for paying pics. Now I paint the bigger pic. See, I'm really with the shit. I'm for the falsies. Now all the pretty girls they love me. I'm on a jumbotron, you can ignore me. Just think of my senses and cozy. I'm for the falsies. Now all the pretty girls they love me. I'm on a jumbotron, you can ignore me. Just think of my senses and cozy. Tiffany's gone fifth. I'm performing with the glitz. All the glitz up on the wrist. Waterfall, not the drip.
Calvin, but wow, beautiful play by the Knights there.
Hit the ground with a pick. Whole computer catch a glitch. They say I remind them of Rich. Richard parted with the chips. Looking like a quarter lick. You a hater, just admit. I put you on to this shit. I was born in this shit. We are going for the falsies. Now all the pretty girls that love me. I'm on a jumbotron, you can ignore me. Just think of my senses and cozy. We are going for the falsies. Now all the pretty girls that love me. I'm on a jumbotron, you can ignore me. Just think of my senses and cozy.
For the first award tonight, we will have Sandy Palmetter and Justin Tabrock, and they are going to be presenting the Female Breakthrough Team of the Year.
Breakout performances from the female teams. This award recognizes the female team that significantly exceeded internal and external expectations.
And the honorees are women's basketball, women's swimming and diving, women's tennis, women's indoor track and field. Congrats to all of our honorees. Come on up.
I don't know, yes, but you can't go off this way. Just come here and then we'll all clap and then you can walk down. Everybody won. Yeah, stay together. Yeah.
Okay, sneak by you. Can they get all in there? Is she done? Wait.
Good.
She's taking you. All right. All right, I'll be back.
I'm doing it a bit.
Presenting male record-breaking performances, Jody Bird and Jim Timmer.
We are presenting the record-breaking performances of a male. This award recognizes an exceptional male record-breaking performance in an event, season, or career. And the honorees are
Thane Naderveld, cross country, set the school record in 3K. Christoph Petrulia, ACH D1 hockey, 36 goals and 41 assists. And the men's swim 200 free relay were an exceptional record. Come on up.
Presenting our next award, the Female Role Players of the Year, Becky Hilgert and Mike Gibbons.
This award recognizes exceptional female performance in a supporting role or off-the-bench role. And the honorees are
Paige Brodeur, triathlon.
Mia Brown, women's soccer.
Avery Atkins, volleyball.
Allie Schultz, women's softball.
And Bryn Winiarski, cross country.
Congratulations to all the honorees.
So we're going to honor the all MIAA folks. Last year we had everyone come to the stage, and it took a lot longer than we wanted to. So what we're going to do is kind of go a little bit. You have to have your attention on two things: the people that are standing up in the audience and their names up there. So this is spring 2022. Let's start out with this. Maybe you can remember. Some of the people will be here, but the second team all MIAA last spring. You'll see your name up there, I hope. There you go. So go ahead. I want those people got to stand up. Stand up. Stand up. All right, over here. All right, here we go. First team, all MIAA last spring in all our sports. Well, that list gets really, really big. That's good. There we go. All right. Go ahead. I missed one case. If you were player of the week last spring, athlete of the week, runner of the week. There we go. There we go. Player of the week. See your names up there. All right, there's a lot of coaches associations honor kind of scholar athletes, all district or all region. If you see your name up there, He's going to have to go ahead a few slides. There we go. Academic All-Region. All right. How about this one? This is really tough. All-American. Academic All-American. There you go, Delaney. Sadie and Hunter are off in grad school somewhere. Let's see. Going back to the field or the track or whatever, if you were all region or all district, it's a tremendous award. Let's see if we have any of them here. Good. Congratulations. And the big one, All-American. If you were an All-American by your performance or selected, Delaney and Sadie. Give Delaney a hand. All right. Again, we're just going to take a little 3-minute commercial break here, a little behind-the-scenes video.
Cliff, what are you going to take away as your best memory from playing basketball at Boston College?
Probably just like going out to eat.
Presenting Male Breakthrough Teams of the Year, Trent Fig and Bree Nolan.
This award recognizes the male team that significantly exceeded internal and external expectations. And the honorees are
Men's cross country, ACHA D1 hockey, ACHA D3 hockey.
Congratulations to all of our nominees.
Presenting female record-breaking performances, Emily Ottenhoff and Joe Dykstra.
This award recognizes an exceptional female record-breaking performance in an event, season, or career. And the honorees are Hannah Biddicombe, softball, the all-time career stolen bases leader; Jess Camp, women's lacrosse, set the single-season saves record; Calix Dodge, women's soccer, set the single-season shutout record. Got it? There you go.
Megan Gilbert, women's lacrosse, setting the single-season goals record. Delaney Saul, women's cross country and track and field, setting a school record in the 800-meter and placing 4th at nationals. Gabby Timmer, women's basketball, the all-time leading career rebound leader. Women's golf, set a school record in team scoring. And women's swimming and diving, setting records in 400 medley relay, 200 medley relay, 400 freestyle relay. Maggie Farrell in the 100 butterfly, and Isabella Gable in the 200 backstroke. Congratulations to all of our honorees.
Presenting Male Role Players of the Year, Bill Saul and Natalie Hubers.
So this award is Role Player of the Year for the men. This award recognizes exceptional male performance in a supporting role or off-the-bench role.
And the honorees are Will Hoffman, men's cross country; Bryce Miner, men's swimming; Evan Morrison, men's soccer; and Owen Vernando, men's basketball. Congratulations to all our honorees.
Fall 22. Player of the Weeks. Athletes of the Week, Fall 22. Stand up, give them a round of applause. Let's go. There we go. Second team, all MIAA from this past fall. There you go. Excellent. A little tougher. First team, all MIAA. Throw their names up there. Congratulations. How about this? If your coach association, scholar, athlete, region, or district, if your name's up there, give us stand up. You notice that slide has all females on it, fellas. Just saying, okay? All region, really getting really tough here. There we go. All region. Congratulations. All American. There we go. Stand on up. That's really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right. Our next video is we pulled a few seniors and just asked them to reflect a little bit. Maybe a little more serious than the last one, but this would be our senior kind of retrospective. So let's see if... Oh, boy.
Okay, hi, I'm Gabby Timmer, and I am a fifth-year senior.
I'm Carter Hammond. I'm a senior, and I run track.
I was Daniel Wonder. I'm a senior, and I play soccer.
My name is Maria Boss. I'm a senior, and I play volleyball.
I'm Carly. I'm a senior.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Where's this going?
We're not sure yet. Yeah.
You're just like taking videos just cause?
Yeah.
So you guys are getting paid to take video and do nothing with it?
Now you guys Maria Boss's parents?
Yes, we
Yes, we are. Why?
So I'm Kathy Timmer, Gabrielle Joy's mom, who everybody calls Gabby.
I'm Tamara Hammond.
I'm Jeff Hammond. We're Carter Hammond's parents.
I'm Trish Wonder.
I'm David Wonder. I'm Daniel Wonder's dad.
So we are the Mishmer-Heisens, my wife Chris, and I'm Matt, and we are here to react to some of Carly's answers to maybe some questions you might have asked her. So looking forward to hearing those. Okay. So while at college, what was the biggest thing that you missed about being at home?
Wearing my clothes because she's got my shirt on right now.
And telling us to make her dinner would be the other one. Definitely.
Probably having food prepared for me every single night. That is something that I miss. For me every single night. That.
Would you visit home often or how many times a semester would you visit home?
Yeah, I would go home every couple weeks. I'm from Caledonia, so
Not too
it's about 20 minutes away. It's about 20 minutes away.
You lie.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true. Okay, well, he's only been home twice this semester.
Only when necessary.
So this semester it's been only when necessary. Earlier years, he came home
A little bit
more frequently.
Yeah, he likes campus life, so.
He broke up with the girlfriend and he doesn't come home as much now.
Right.
That's the thing.
A little more partying
Yeah,
going on.
so.
It's my theory.
How often did you call your parents while at school?
I should probably reverse that and say how often did her dad call her. So Gabby was my independent one, but she always checked in. So
I think it should be asked the other way around. How often did my dad call me? And I would say every day. Around how often did my dad call me? And I would say every day.
Yes, Gab. Okay, yeah. We on the same page with that one.
Would you call your parents a lot while you were at school, or?
Not really. I probably should have more than I did.
Never. That's why she's laughing.
Nope. Probably only if she needed something on her car fixed.
Or needed money.
What was the worst meal you made while you were at college, cooking on your own?
Oh, I do know she burned mac and cheese in the microwave one time and it stunk the whole house up.
Yeah, she breaks appliances when she makes food at our house, so usually has pasta. Yep.
I forgot to put water in my ramen and it completely burned. Didn't end up eating it, but I did prepare it.
There you go.
What is your opinion on the stop sign, the chapel stop sign?
Oh, it's horrible. That's the worst one out of all the stop signs. Like, I understand a couple of them, kind of, but that one's terrible.
Okay.
That's the one I would stop the least at for sure.
It's just kind of confusing because there's so much of a space in between the stop sign, and so you just kind of have to be. I'm from Chicago, so you just kind of have to be aggressive and go through it. I mean, stop and then and then go where the direction you're going.
How often would you say you wash your sheets?
I try to go every other week, but
pretty good.
it stretches out to 3 or 4 weeks sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Or 6 or 7 or 8. Because they walk to the washing machine when he brings them home at the end of the semester. He probably washes his pillowcase.
Well, I've seen his apartment.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
I bet he washes his pillowcase every couple weeks, but the sheets, it's like probably a one and done until they come home.
How often do you wash your bed sheets?
Not often enough.
Yeah, once a semester? I don't know. Sure.
Like once a semester. I just forget. I just forget about him.
Okay. No,
I'm not a dirty person,
that's
so I
fine.
feel fine with that.
Messy. That is so easy.
How often did you wash your sheets during college?
So I remember her coming home. I want to say it was Thanksgiving, and she hadn't washed them since August, which really grossed me out because I wash mine every week. But anyway.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, shoot. So I just answered it. Oh, no. Oops, sorry, Gab.
Have you ever skipped class?
Of course.
Yeah. And did you have a good reason?
Couple times I have, couple times I haven't.
Who hasn't? Well.
No, I did. Remember, I skipped the blind professor, and I felt really guilty about it, and I still do.
Wow.
I know, isn't that horrible? Please edit that out. I went and worked on stats.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you had a blind
No,
teacher.
I went and worked
We went to the same college.
I went and worked on a stats project I needed to get done. So I signed in and then went and worked on stats. So
Wow.
yeah, I know. It's horrible.
Did you ever have any bad dates while at Calvin?
Well, I don't think so. It was just with Daniel, so.
No, she's only been dating the same guy the whole time.
And she was pretty excited when she told us about that. He's a good guy, so we like him. Describe your worst date while at Calvin.
I didn't have a lot of bad dates. Oh, the one I went on with you.
Describe your worst date at Calvin.
Oh my worst date?
I think she didn't even show up for one. I think, to be honest. Maybe that's wrong, Gabby. I'm like, I didn't think she showed up for one. Sorry.
Oh, I went on a date with this one guy, and we sat at the bar for 30 minutes, and then I left because it was so bad. Maybe not, don't say the bar. Should I say something else? I'm going to say, okay, we were sitting at a restaurant, and I was there for 30 minutes, and I left because it was so bad. Well, it was only, a drink, but don't put that in there.
Like nobody
Yeah,
thinks
true.
you had
And
a
I'm
drink,
sorry.
but anyway. Okay, that's very funny. I say keep that one in for Timmer.
Is there a student handbook rule that you have broken repeatedly while at Calvin?
A couple years ago, I had a staff parking sticker, so I just parked wherever I wanted. That was fantastic.
Oh, that was thanks to us.
I was wondering where that staff sticker went.
But I'm just really proud of how hard he's worked, and it just amazes me some of the saves that he makes in the goal, and the split second reaction is just kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just been a real joy to be his parents and to follow him as a student and as an athlete, and to share a lot of this with him. It's just been really, really fun. He's so tall.
Presenting Female Newcomers of the Year, Nicole Kramer and Jason Fossey.
This award recognizes the female athletes who made the most significant contributions to their team as first-year student athletes. And the honorees are
Caitlin DeYoung, women's track and field.
Alyssa DeVries, volleyball.
Isabella Gable, women's swimming and diving.
Lucy Iverson, women's soccer.
Ryan Rohr, women's basketball and track and field.
Taylor Sanborn, softball.
Catherine Grissom.
Tennis.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of our honorees.
Ellen Barker and Adam Halderson will be presenting the Male Newcomers of the Year.
All right. This award recognizes the male athletes who made the most significant contribution to his team as a first-year student athlete.
And the honorees are Caleb Gemin, men's swimming. Tim Hayes, men's swimming. Jack Marzolino, men's golf. Jalen Overway, men's basketball. Christoph Petrila, D1 hockey. And Jacob Rue, men's soccer.
Congratulations, everyone.
the bar. She was at a bar waiting for a guy. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate it. There we go. All right. Winner 22-23. Player of the Weeks, please stand up. Look at that. Players, runners. Good job. Okay, second team, all conference. Second team, all conference. First team, all conference. Scholar district or region, if your name's up there. See if it's there we go. Academic all region. Go ahead, Val. There we go. All region. If you're all region. There we go. All region. And Jalen, all region freshman of the year. And national freshman of the year. All American. There we go. Lots of them. Lots of them. Oh, there you go. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right. So we are kind of transitioning just a little bit. We're right on schedule here. So we're going to watch one more video, a little more serious. It's 50 years of national champion. I thought he already stood up. National champion. Sorry, Noah. I'm sure we'll hear from him again later this evening. Here we go. All right. The Title IX. So Title IX is the Educational Amendment Act of 1972 that really started a groundswell with female athletics. And Calvin has always been on the front end of that, I like to think. But there's been a lot of, for the women out there, it wasn't always like this. And we want to tell the story with a few of our former All-Americans and athletic directors. A few of them are here tonight. And we're just going to honor that. We haven't done that this year. We thought this would be an appropriate time. We try to do a little bit during D3 week. So a short video with some of the people who kind of paved the way for what we can experience today for our female athletes.
We didn't have very many athletics at school. Basketball and tennis, that's the only two things that women had.
When I was younger, I had more of the sports upbringing of just tried kind of everything. My parents just signed me up for t-ball, soccer, things that were easy for them to transport me to and carpool with neighborhood kids.
All the backyard sport. I played basketball, we played football. We even at one time erected a high jump.
I had a neighborhood that was full of boys and girls who loved sports. So whatever season it was, we'd play. Basketball, baseball.
Sports was, God's gift to me for community. I was instant community.
We played soccer, softball, sometimes we do a 5K here or there. Just kind of what we did as a family was doing some active things.
I remember when I was young, I always wanted to play kickball or any game that was with a ball, but I had a hard time because only the boys did that.
And then coming to Calvin,
we had basketball, field hockey, tennis, and archery.
There really was no MIAA for women.
Yeah, what did they call the AIAW, the World Series?
In softball, we played AAW, and we actually got to participate in the national finals. Right here, we hosted it at Calvin College.
We would all be in the dorms, after school was out, because the tournament was at the rec center.
We ended up reaching the Final Four, and back then, one of the schools that were in the Final Four got to host. There's a huge conflict because there was a men's basketball scrimmage. As a female athlete, I just couldn't believe there'd be any conflict about that.
Yeah.
I thought it'd just be automatic. They approved it and we got the bid. It was incredible. It was, I believe it was standing room only.
I remember the event very distinctly. I remember where I sat.
One of the things I took away from that after is all of the people commented on how they had never been to a female sport that was that exciting.
I think even just over my 4 years at Calvin, the attendance at the women's game kept on improving.
Yeah, just the fact that Calvin has done so well and has been able to host things and be part of them, it's just been a joy to watch.
When I think of equity, I don't just think of practice times and budgets and everything else. I think of the whole athletic experience.
I just want to be a champion for all of our athletes. I want to fight for a compelling and collegial athletic experience.
I feel like I've been able to watch women's go from a opening act, if you will, to being a part of the main attraction.
Got to just keep fighting the fight to make the experience really good for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you! Thank you!
So this is what I'd like, this is great. So what I would like is if you are a female coach, assistant coach, administrator, work in the office, work in the training room, all the places where female administrators are making an impact. I'd like you to come to the stage so we can give you a round of applause. So we need those people to come up. Shove those assistant coaches out there. Come on up. Jess and Bree, Jody, Natalie, Becky, Heather, Coach O, Nancy Meyer, our former athletic director. Awesome. It's good to see. Nicole, there we go. Kelly, awesome. All right. We get a picture of them here.
I think she's waiting for them to sit down.
Wait, don't leave.
So these last few awards, we will have nominees and then a winner. And we'll ask the winner just to say 30 seconds to a minute. So we're almost there.
Presenting Male Athlete of the Year, Katie Carpenter and Henry Dumais.
All right, this award recognizes the male athlete who made the most significant individual contributions to his team. And the nominees are
Uchenna Egekeza, Noah Holsteg, Brandon Nepper, Jalen Overway, and Mason Smith. The award goes to Noah Holsteg.
So I am beyond honored to be up here. I know there's a lot of great athletes that were in the running, but I really just want to say one thing, and it's a little cliche, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't have ever done this without my team, each and every one of them, standing next to me all the way from the beginning of the year, all the way into my very last swim at Nationals. I really could not have done it without them. So I will be eternally grateful for both my team and my coaching staff, because without them, I wouldn't have been half the athlete I am.
Jessica Rhodes and Ryan Souders will be presenting Female Athlete of the Year.
Female Athlete of the Year. This award recognizes the female athlete who made the most significant individual contributions to her team. And the nominees are Jenna Allman, women's cross country. Sydney Young, softball. Maggie Farrell, women's swimming. Lucy Iverson, women's soccer. Gabby Timmer, women's basketball. And Heidi Westrow, women's volleyball.
And the award goes to Gabby Timmer.
To be honest, I didn't know I had to give a speech, so I don't really have anything prepared, but thanks for Calvin Athletics, my team, and my coaches. And for my team, let me come back for a 5th year. Calvin Athletics is the best thing I've been a part of, so thanks to all of you guys.
Presenting Team of the Year will be Sam, Brene, and myself. This award recognizes the team whose seasons captured the attention of the whole Calvin community. This team produced championships, outstanding records, significant victories, and lasting memories. And the nominees are
men's basketball, men's cross country, men's soccer, women's soccer, men's swimming and diving, and women's volleyball.
And the award goes to men's swimming.
Okay, obviously, as all of you know, Calvin has produced some incredible teams, so it's just an insane honor to be able to be awarded this award. I can say without a doubt that we all have an incredible team, and it's just been such a blessing to be part of it. We definitely couldn't have done it without our incredible coaches. They have helped lead us and just given us the hard practices and encouragement that we needed to really succeed. So I'm so incredibly proud of every single one of us, and I'd just like to say that you're all dogs.
So the final couple of awards are the Beret and the Teamer Smut, which is recognized as the Scholar Athlete, voted on by all the coaches and some faculty members, person who exemplifies what it means to be a Calvin Knight all the way through. That's leadership, service. It's a Career Achievement Award. It's for their performances over 4 years, and we take this pretty serious. In fact, we have a special guest to present those. So as we present these awards, Dr. Bohr.
Good evening. We are really good at sports, aren't we? All right, everybody, just clap for yourselves. All right. All right. I'm so proud of all of you. One of the absolute highlights of my first year has been watching you guys perform on the field and win and win and win and win. Some of the highlights were the day in the fall when we won 3 trophies in one day. Did you score the winning goal? Who scored the winning goal for the men? My Naija boy here. Well done. Okay. And then I remember men's cross country, when we were ranked, I think, 30th, and then you guys just ran like crazy and came 16th. Here's my guys over here. And where's Nick Hens? Is he here? Okay, so Nick's dad and I used to race together when I was at Calvin. So he had the race of his life that day. That was amazing. So good. That was great. And then I think the moment that exemplifies what I want to see at Calvin is at the men's game at Hope in basketball, when I think we were 40 points up, and Marcus Bolt, there's a photo of this, Marcus Bolt is fighting for a ball like we're losing. And so it was that hustle. So I love the victory, I love the hustle, and then after the game, we actually won with class. We didn't gloat, etc. And that's actually the Calvin athletes that I want to see. And I think I've seen that from so many of you so many times this year, and I'm incredibly proud of all of you. So now let me give this award. So the Beret Memorial Award has been presented annually by Calvin since 1951. This award honors the top senior male student athlete based on athletic ability, scholastic rank, character, and leadership, and is selected by the school's varsity coaches, its athletics administrators, and its faculty athletic representatives. It is given in memory of Joe Barry, a Calvin student who was killed in a 1949 auto accident on his way to watch a Calvin basketball game. And the award goes to Brandon Knepper.
I just want to say a few words. Mainly thank you to all of my teammates that have been here for these past 4 years. You guys have been there to shape who I am as an individual, both my values and characters, and just how I go about my day. Again, also thank you to all the coaches and support staff. You've been there to get me through injuries and the tough months that I've gone through. And so just thank you again for helping me to get to this point in my athletic and academic career. And I look forward to being back next year for year 5.
All right, I'm not done yet, but don't worry, I won't give another speech. So the Kay Teamersma Award. This is the 47th year that Calvin has given the Teamersma Award, presented annually to the top senior female student athlete. The award honors Kay Teamersma, the first woman physical education teacher in the member schools of the Christian Schools International Organization and a pioneer in women's sports. Its presentation is based on athletic ability, scholastic standing, character, and leadership. The winner is also selected by the school's varsity coaches, athletics administrators, and faculty athletic representatives. And the award goes to Heidi Westra.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to say I'm just so honored to be up here and to have received this award. First of all, I want to thank the athletic staff and the game day team for putting on tonight. It's been a ton of fun. I also want to say big thanks to Dr. Timmer and Justin and the whole athletic department for all the work that they do behind the scenes. It definitely does not go unnoticed. I also want to say a special thank you to my coaches, especially Coach Warners, for encouraging me and supporting me, as well as my teammates for being my biggest encouragers and favorite people. I like you guys almost enough to play a fifth year. And lastly, I want to thank all of you guys. You're all such studs, and it has been such an honor to walk alongside you during my time here. The past 4 years have truly been the time of my life, and I have all of you to thank for that. Go Knights!
All right. So, tremendous athletes and great representation. I think something that we all kind of aspire to. So, congratulations to Heidi and Brandon. We're really proud, and men's swimming for Team of the Year. This is where we did really well. We cut 30 minutes out of the show from last year, and I think, there we go. But here's what we want to do. We always like to do this. The C's you see in front of you, that's the senior award. And, I think all the underclassmen will bring you the seniors up here so your underclassmen can give you a good send-off. And that's if you might come back. If you're listed as a senior, we want you up here. And just a note about that. We celebrate the seniors. It's hard. 4 years, sometimes 5, getting to class, keeping track of your health, your fitness, getting in the weight room, helping younger freshmen figure out how to do things, and sophomores. And the seniors, we owe a debt of gratitude every year. I know the coaches talk about their seniors almost as assistant coaches. And so we like to honor those on senior nights, but we really like to honor them tonight. So we have a couple of things. We'd like you to come up on stage, and then we'll send you off with a round of applause. But then we'll have the seniors stay so we can get you your C-frame and your scarf for graduation, okay? So if you're a senior, come on up here. Seniors, you can grab your frame in just 1 second so I don't get beat up by Jody, right? We got plastic bags that you can stick it in. If you're going to get it for a roommate who couldn't be here or whatever, or graduated, left at Christmas, just make sure you let someone know, which you already have. And
if you could quick grab a seat, we'll get done with this much quicker. Jody, could we have a couple of the guys a couple of the coaches grab the stoles a minute? They're underneath the candy. Okay, seniors. Seniors, just a couple things. If you could. The first thing is if you get your C-frame and there's something wrong with it, if your name is spelled wrong or it doesn't look right, minus that there's going to probably be some handprints on it, maybe a couple little scratches. We got these delivered on Friday and they had all the nameplates of a different school. So we had some of your Gainey athlete teammates fix them. Two things. The first thing is you're going to want to grab a plastic cover from Jody so you don't scratch it. But if there's something wrong with yours, please come and see me tonight. I'll be sticking around. Come and see me immediately. And then please do not take the stand. Just take the frame, not the stand. Leave the stand there. And then last thing is we're going to just give you your stole. We can pass those around. No, the stoles are for any of them. As soon as you get your stole, then you can come and grab your frame.